everybody. Welcome back to the Chorizo Bros. A little bit different today. I'm in charge today, so have fun. Okay?
We're along for the ride. Yep.
That's right. Joseph brought up the idea that we do Slenderman. Something that I grew up with.
Don't make them blame me.
Well, Joseph agreed to the idea.
Yes, okay, there we go.
That we do something like Slenderman.
To the decision.
But anyway, Slenderman, if you don't know Slenderman is a creepypasta, an internet urban legend. And he is a tall, lanky creature with no face. He's white and he wears a black suit. And we all did different media of Slenderman. I'm going to focus on the games and kind of the whole thing because I grew up with this. He watched the movie and he watched the documentary on the stabbing that happened, which we'll get into a little bit more later. So,
spooky.
I just want to start off by saying Slenderman is my version of their like slasher horror films back when they were kids. This is what I grew up with. This is what I was scared of as a kid, that I was thinking of at night, being scared of in bed. So starting off with like the games. Have you guys ever heard of the games? Have you guys even did you know about Slenderman before this?
Yeah.
You knew that he existed?
I definitely knew who it was through the very famous sketch of Conan O'Brien plays video games. I don't know what it's called, but Conan O'Brien plays video games just like
Clueless Gamer.
Clueless Gamer is what it's called. That's
Clueless
right.
Gamer.
And on one of the episodes, they do scary games, and Slenderman's one of them. Yeah. And Conan can't stop laughing about how boring he thought the game was. And that was sort of my like, oh, that's okay. So kids are playing this. Yeah, my perspective on Slenderman is going to be a little bit different than I think.
Yeah, definitely.
I think yours is.
That's why
in a good way. Yeah,
it's going to be very interesting because this is what. I grew up watching people on YouTube playing Slenderman, like PewDiePie, Markiplier, or things like that. And that game was like the scariest thing because it's that whole idea of you look away and it's right behind you. That was so scary. But it was a real... Now looking back at it, it's just a crappy, just really bad game. But it's so scary the first time you ever experience that. Of something that can move when you're not watching, something that's going to get you, and it gets like the more pages you collect in the game, it gets scarier and harder and harder and harder. But there was something that I noticed. There's these things called proxies, which are followers of Slenderman, right? And this kind of goes into what happened for the stabbing. You have to, once you become a follower of Slenderman, I think the reasons, someone got almost murdered because of this, someone wanted to become a proxy of Slenderman, so they had to take somebody out and kill them, which is crazy.
So wait, let me ask you this while we're on the subject of that. Is that something from the urban legend itself that made its way into real life?
Well, the thing about...
Did they read a specific thing about Slenderman that a proxy is a thing?
This
existed before she decided it was a thing.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's all, but it's all made up. It's all made up
none
by
of it's
some guy on the internet, some person on the internet just added to
individual people, or just like a lot of people editing forums, or just talking about like kind of like Reddit forums, or
kind of like that,
stuff
like
that.
creepypasta forums.
But like it's not just one individual person.
No,
it's like people saying, "Oh, I saw it too." It's like
they add to it.
Adding
Everybody
to,
adds
people
to
add
it.
to the legend.
It's like people around a campfire and adding to it. Exactly. I saw it too. Oh, I had the same experience. It's
this happened to my uncle.
Yeah.
Right.
And then it's like a group of Mexican beings us talking about like Yalarona or something like that. Yeah, like this.
It's all like teenagers on the internet wanting to add something because they feel like they can add to it.
Yeah,
This is special. Like Slenderman, they edit photos where he's in it, or they'll make videos where there's a sighting of him. There's just all kinds of things like that. Back when I was, back in like early 2010, that was you could look up Slenderman and it would
I remember
just be
seeing
all
videos.
over.
You were like 11 or 12-ish when this was getting popular.
Yeah, a little around there, right around there. And man, just if you know about creepypastas, back then it was real. It was real scary for people my age. I think that was everyone was getting scared of.
I feel like during that time there was a lot of movies and a lot of media that was going on, was like fear of like the internet. Like there was like stupid movies like Unfriended or
Yeah.
like fucking I forgot what other one. They're all like social media. Like, oh, we're all in a chat room together and everyone's getting taken out one at a time.
God.
Fucking close your computer and leave. They're like,
Exactly.
no, you can't.
Yeah.
You're like, we're in it together. Just
But-
like, there was a lot of movies like that, and especially like during some like early 2000, like 2010s. Like, yeah, the movie itself. I watched the movie. This is like 2018, 2019 film that they made, Slenderman. This is after the murder or before the murder? I don't know the...
I think it might be after.
Oh, what year did that happen?
Yeah, when did the
it
murder...
happened in 2014, the stabbing.
Okay, so...
It wasn't a murder. She survived.
She survived.
Which is crazy.
Which is crazy.
Which is
because
freaking
wow,
crazy.
19 stab wounds. We'll get to it.
Okay,
We'll
okay.
get to it.
The fucking movie, if we were to do how we usually do a star rating on a film, I'd give it a 0.
Yeah.
I couldn't even...
I didn't even
that. I
watch
was
it.
taking
I didn't
straight.
even watch it.
I almost spit it out, dude. I almost spit it out. He said, I'll give it a 0. I almost sprayed. I was in the fucking spit take, dude. Oh, fuck.
That movie was so fucking bad. Jesus Christ. I could not pay attention for any amount of time. The film is extremely just dark shot, shittily done. The acting is abysmal. It is so bad. One of the co-stars got a nomination for a Raspberry Award. I don't know if you know what Raspberry Award.
yeah.
They're like for worst
Like
movies.
Halle Berry got one for Catwoman.
Yeah, just like worst acting or worst film ever. And
Oh, that's bad.
And yeah, it was that fucking abysmal.
So
film.
one of them actually got a Razzie or got nominated for a
She
Razzie?
got nominated
That's
for it.
hilarious.
I'm like, why did you dog on her? I was like, honestly, they all suck, but they just dogged on this one.
just picked the
This
one?
one black girl. They're like, yeah, she's
no.
the worst of them. I don't know why. I was like, honestly, they were all.
They're all terrible. They just
all
picked
the
the one.
acting was terrible.
What I will say is, looking back at anything, any creepypastas, anything like that, they can stay back there.
Yeah.
I don't want them to come back. They have
They've run their course.
They've run their course,
Okay.
right? Because it's all made by like teenagers. Some of them were really bad made.
Yeah.
But Slenderman kind of stuck around.
Yeah.
Slenderman is kind of like the main one, like the top dog of them.
With the trim physique of Slenderman.
But I do want to ask. I want to get into the kind of the stabbing because that really happened. So that's kind of, I think, what got Slenderman even more into like the mainstream.
That's
Yes.
exactly what I was going to say.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The
Go
reason
for it.
why it still matters now is because
Also, Slenderman looks like Stephen Miller. It looks like a
Stephen Miller.
like
That's funny.
like a polyp.
I thought you were going to say Stephen Merchant, who he also kind of does look like if Stephen Merchant didn't have a face. Because he's tall and lanky. So what do you want to know specifically about the case? Or do you want me to just take over talking about that? Because there was quite a bit going on.
I'm more interested in that than anything. Like, yeah,
the
go.
actual...
Yeah. About
Do you know what happened?
I heard that it was like 2 young girls. I'm just my information, but I'm sure he's gonna. But I know
I
Liz-
don't have a
general idea.
whole lot, but I did just take some. I
Some
did take
snippets.
some things down that I was like, "Holy crap, this is kind of wild." Okay, so the documentary I watched was called "Beware the Slender Man," and it had a pretty high rating because it's not that the Slender Man doesn't really matter that much.
Right.
At the end of the day, and you're going to find out why, the fact that it's Slenderman is kind of, it doesn't really matter. It's not. It's just a detail. It has nothing to do with what was going on psychologically with this girl. The concept of her, because it was 2 gals, it was 2 friends, and then there's a new girl that like moves to town or starts going to their school. They all kind of buddy up together, and so the 2 girls, the ones that did the thing, are Anissa Weir and Morgan Geyser. And the victim, her name was Peyton
Those are
Lutner.
like 2 like horror movie girl names.
Oh
like
yeah,
Morgan and
Laurie
Miss-
Strode. Yeah.
Oh my god, Jesus!
Yeah, it fits right in,
Some
right?
real horror movie.
These are
names.
good horror movie names.
Yeah.
So Anissa and Morgan have a sleepover one of the nights. They invite Peyton over, and they'd already talked about before inviting her over that they were going to do this. And this came as a shock to all the parents of course, everybody in the neighborhood, they were like, what in the hell happened here, right? So they talked about it. They were like, we got to do it. And they said exactly what you said was, we got to become a proxy for Slenderman. So Anissa didn't actually do the stabbing, but she came up with the idea of getting into the Slenderman stuff.
Okay.
The message boards, the Something Awful forum is one of the things. And then there's the Creepypasta Wikipedia, or whatever it's called. What is it called? Creepypasta Wiki?
I don't.
It's something like that.
Okay.
So Anissa got them into Slender first, and then the other girl kind of became the lead one. Okay, so that concept got me right there, where I was like, okay, there's these two people that come up with an idea, and then they just go for it. Yeah. So Morgan is the one who actually did the stabbing, and she seemed to be the one that was more in control. She was like, I'll do it, you just have to say to do it. And then Anissa was like, okay, well, you got to do it. And then they did it. So they came up with some reason why they were like, let's go hang out at the park, or we're going to go do something. They asked their parents, can we go out and hang out? And they were like, yeah, sure, go to the park, whatever, come back, buy dinner, whatever the normal thing was.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, let's just go hang out. Let's go hang out in the woods. We'll pretend we're playing Slender or whatever. So they go to the woods, and they talked about it. They convinced her to hide. They get her in under leaves or whatever, and while they were under there, one of the girls brought a knife with her, and they stabbed her 19 times. 19! And according to the doctor, if it was a millimeter over, it would have gotten her a pretty significant vein or artery.
Yeah,
and
like a femoral.
It could have killed her. It would have killed her.
How old were they? Do you know?
They were like 12.
Yeah.
They were in middle school?
They were little, yeah dude.
They have no idea.
Yeah, they were little.
Oh my god.
And then the gal had enough wherewithal throughout the whole thing. She could barely see. That's what she mentions later. She's like, yeah, I don't, my body was shutting down, and I think I was staying alive, but it was like taking away my senses as it was going, because I was like, I couldn't keep my eyes open. I couldn't, think and whatever. Some bicyclist rode by. She had managed to crawl out towards a road, and there's a 911 call you can listen to. And he's like, so yeah, there's this girl here. Like, I was riding my bike out here. There's this girl. She's stabbed. Like, get somebody out here. Explains how to get there. And they fucking save her life. And she did interviews. Her name's Peyton Lutner.
Okay. Did you watch any of that?
Oh yeah, I watched fucking all the shit.
Okay,
yeah.
How was those interviews
so,
with her?
The most interesting part. Mm-hmm. So Peyton, the victim, I'm like, she's a bad bitch. She was like, you know what? I just had to fucking survive, and she's not letting it stop her. So kudos to that for being a survivor.
That's insane.
So none of this is coming as a joke. Like, we're gonna joke about the Slender Man and the stupid urban legends and stuff. But this is not funny. Like these girls were disturbed.
This is like
these girls were disturbed. They went into this with the intention of killing her.
Yeah.
They didn't have the idea that she was going to survive. They thought they thought they did it
19 times.
Up until they were actually being interrogated by the police, which you see in the documentary also. Both the girls. So you see the interrogation that the detectives do, and it's creepy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you know that she did it.
Mm-hmm.
She knows she did it. She explains that she did it, and she explains why. There is a little bit of levity here with when I was watching it. It was like, again, I just said that this wasn't funny, but this part is kind of funny, where the detectives are talking to these young girls, and they have no idea what a creepypasta is.
Oh, right.
So imagine being like a 40-year-old detective, older guy, and he's like, why don't you tell me what's going on? And she's like, well, a creepypasta, and like explains, and he's like, okay, like doesn't know how do you even
first they're like, this girl's nuts,
it?
And they're like, oh no, she's nuts, but she's like not completely nuts, like
right.
She's like, creepypasta, what is this girl talking about?
Yeah, yeah, scary rigatoni.
Yeah,
what is this?
spooky spagoo.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
This was definitely the start of where the kids were online too much.
That comes in the documentary also.
Yeah.
So all of that, I feel like I'm really kind of going off on this, but basically, there's a lot going on in this thing. So The main thing, law-wise, what's going on with the law is they're trying to figure out the whole point of it, and the documentary ends before this is finished. The whole thing with the court, but they're trying to decide whether or not they're going to try her as an adult or not. Try the two girls.
Okay.
So that's the whole. It culminates into that. It's like, yeah,
when was the
they did
documentary
this.
made?
I have to put a note up here because
Was it more recent?
the documentary.
Are they already going to be 18?
No, they were turning into. They were going to be adults. Like the second part you see is like when they're getting a little bit older.
I see.
Like I think they're like 20-ish when it happens, but they're still deciding whether or not they're going to try her as an adult because when they did this,
Yeah.
they were
Wow.
younger. Yeah.
That's like
Yeah.
6 years,
That'd have
7
to-
years.
Yeah,
It'd have to be.
and
at
you
least
see the
2022,
change.
maybe.
Ugh.
Yeah. Well, I might be getting it mixed up because I watched a lot of stuff in regards to this because I was like curious.
Mm-hmm.
But what you see in there is there's the concept of one of the parents. I think it's the parent of Anissa, who it's the dad kind of mostly going off on this. He's like, I had no idea that me giving her an iPad and like letting her hang out in her room, and he goes, listen, people think I'm a strict dad. They weren't allowed to close their doors unless they were changing or, that kind of stuff. Their door was open, so if I walked by, I could see what the kids were doing, whatever. And he goes, some people think that's too much. He goes, I had no idea the kind of shit she was looking at. So he's like, has this thing about technology. He's blaming technology for this. And maybe he has a point.
There's a lot to
But
blame.
he's got a whole ass family, so he's got more kids. Anissa has like siblings.
Yeah.
And younger siblings. So there's a part in this documentary where they're like, hey, my kids just got a letter from the school saying they're going to start getting iPads to do homework and stuff. And we got to sign off on that. And he goes, well, what am I supposed to do? He goes, I know that this stuff in the internet rotted my kids' brains and like made this happen. But I can't like stop. I can't stop my family from doing what they need to do because of one tragic event in our
you can't
in our
stop
family.
the progression of technology or
Yeah.
society just being integrated with technology. That's just not what's going to happen. How do we mitigate that? That's a whole new thing. Like because
It's a brand new thing.
because people can be influenced so easily in so many different types of
course,
ways.
children.
And this is the most extreme.
Freaking
Oh yeah,
children, of
children.
course,
Oh
like-
yeah.
I don't know about this is the most extreme, but this is a version of it.
Yeah.
I would
mean,
say school shootings is probably the
Oh yeah. Well, any type of murder, any type of attempted
Attack.
murder,
Okay.
trying to murder, I think is the most extreme.
because I think if you go into
Mass,
Columbine,
yeah, mass stuff. But
uh,
that was
That's not
a
internet.
whole bunch of.
Is it? That's not due to the internet.
Well, internet
Would you
was
say?
still
Yeah.
around back in Columbine.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of.
they made Doom levels that were shaped like their school.
Yeah, there was.
You can argue that tech
no,
had
I
a
can
lot.
see that. I
Yeah,
can see
technology
that.
had a lot to do with it. I mean,
didn't-
yeah, it was rudimentary. It wasn't like it is
didn't
today.
They
but
blame part of horror movies or some sort of horror movie? I forgot.
they made some kind of short film.
Yeah.
Yeah, which the media kind of twisted up really bad.
during
They made
the-
it look. They made it
I
look
think
like they
during
were.
the time
What short film?
Scream or something.
Columbine made
Oh.
Yeah,
the Columbine kids, which is something I thought of in this too. Was it was two people. It was the one that's the more like alpha, like the one that's kind of more in control, and the one that followed. And that's how the Columbine guys were.
Yeah.
There was Eric Harris is like the main one that everyone's like, oh, he was the leader of this, and then his friend Dylan was the one that kind of was like, all right, I guess you're gonna do it. I'm gonna do it too. So there's that. That kind of made me think of this too.
Because they have
Yeah,
each
there's
other
that,
to
those two
bounce
weird
ideas
brothers.
and-
Did you see those
Oh,
two weird
God.
brothers that they were young and they had like they killed like their entire family, stabbed them all to
The
death.
Menendez?
No. The young white kids. They were like raised at home by their Christian family, like homeschooled, and stabbed their entire family. And only like the little daughter, the baby girl, like survived. And literally the younger brother called the police and said, "My brother is like killing us all." And they like these two kids like stabbed the parents.
So it's the two brothers?
Stabbed the sister, stabbed the two little kids, another little sister, and the little brother. Like told him to open up the door of the restroom so that he could.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, bro, it was crazy. You should check that out. That,
Do you know the name? Do you know the name?
I
of
need
this?
to look up the name.
We'll figure it out.
Too much forensic files. Too much forensic files. But there is a lot of similarities in, yes, the older brother was the leader and the younger brother.
Yeah, that's a common.
Just
that seems to be a common thing.
He was.
So I'm going to convince you to do something bad.
No.
Okay, so check this out.
Yeah.
Now here we are on. Okay, there's not that much more, but there was some heavy stuff going on here. So one of the other things in here is we find out they explain what Morgan was like as a kid, and I wrote down what the mom said. So the mother of Morgan recalls her being a strange child. She wouldn't react the way you think a kid would watching movies. She had no empathy. Bambi, get out of there, save yourself, was the kind of stuff that she would say instead of, like, have you seen Bambi? The mom dies, and you're supposed to be sad, and you're like, oh my god, Bambi's alone now. She was like, no, Bambi, get out of there, save yourself. She had, like, a different perspective on stuff like this at a young age.
Really?
So this is an odd kid already. So
Okay.
she talks about this kind of being a thing. Later on, we figure out that Morgan is diagnosed with schizophrenia. Okay, so
Wow.
that makes it make a little bit more sense.
That changes things. Yeah.
Definitely.
You think, okay, well, if she's being influenced by things online, and she's got a
Oh, the internet does not help people. with
no, so
schizophrenia.
she was hearing voices, and if she thought she was being told to do shit like this,
Oh my god.
and it was
Slenderman
beyond her.
fits right in.
Yeah, absolutely,
Terribly.
absolutely. So the bomb they drop in the documentary is okay. That's a big reveal. You go, oh, okay, well that does kind of recontextualize the whole thing, and then you find out the father of her, who's been telling us stuff this whole time, also has it. And they didn't.
He's also schizophrenic?
Yeah. And he goes, and he's sitting there at the table, dude. There's there's a clip of this. He's like talking, and the camera's on his face, and he's like talking, and he's like telling the story, and he's talking about how this is like fucking him up, and he's like, yeah, even like now, he's like, I've always wanted to ask her, you know, after I found out about her diagnosis, like, do you see the same things that I see? You know, which just made my skin crawl when he said it. And then he was like, even now, I see like. I'll be talking to my wife and I'll look and I can even see like patterns on the table. I can see lights and things moving around. And I'm like, man, imagine if you like were just doing nothing but looking at Slenderman shit. And you're seeing things out of the corner of your eye and you're seeing things move that aren't there.
Yeah, you think it's
then
him.
All
You
of a
just-
sudden, these
literally
tentacles,
in the Slenderman,
you know,
it's like, yeah, the tentacles and shit like that.
Yeah, so
Oh, man,
that's the bomb they drop is
Yeah.
her dad had schizophrenia also. So that's fucking wild.
Yeah. You think a lot of the people that were adding to the Slenderman were schizophrenic?
No.
I really doubt. I think it was
To the
most.
I think
yeah,
there was-
yeah. Just
I'm glad-
bullshitters adding on to
Or just like people who like very like horror things. I think a lot of people that liked horror, like younger
Yeah.
people, they were like, "Oh yeah, I'm just gonna add something scary details."
yeah, but they're bullshitting. They're like, you know, these aren't real experiences. These are people just trying to
It's tongue in cheek.
embellish
They
the
know that
story.
it's. They know that it's,
absolutely.
Nobody reading it is aside from these two girls. Like we're thinking it was real.
Hey, Chris thought it was
Well, I
real
mean,
for a little bit.
they're thinking it's like a scary little.
Chris is like,
Like
I thought it
Jason's
was
coming
real.
after you. Not like it's real, but like
It could be.
a lot of creepypastas. When I heard them when I was so young, I was scared that
Maybe it could be.
you know what
Maybe
if
it could
something
be.
like that happened?
Mhm.
What if something like that exists?
Yeah, you see a movie as a kid, and your
Yeah,
parents are like,
it's over.
"It's a movie. It's not real," and you're like, "No,
I
no,
thought-
I don't believe it."
No, but Chucky.
yeah, you're like,
When
yeah.
I heard about The Purge, I was like, "Holy shit! Is that gonna happen? Is there gonna be one day where
But-
everybody's
But
but maybe
there can be unrest enough in. There can be a state of emergency that happens.
yeah,
That
like,
specific
when
thing
you're-
wouldn't happen.
when you're
but
like 10 and it's like, oh shit, well, I better be ready. I better be
if looters
prepared for it.
try to like take the place
killed.
over, yeah, I mean, that's more realistic. Imagine somebody like.
Or like World War Z, I was watching zombies. Like, oh, it's like rabies. Like, what if there's a rabies that doesn't?
A kind of
You're
rabies.
not where you don't die.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm glad that I missed out on this. I'm glad that I was born too early to like be mixed up in this stuff because I feel like I would have been one of those people on these boards because I was, I was a kid. I wasn't very athletic. I didn't really hang out in big social groups or anything.
You think you
I
could
spent
have
a lot of
maybe
time-
spent more time?
I
on
definitely
this?
would have. No,
Yeah.
there's like no question. I know who I am as a person, and like I spend a lot of my time doing things I enjoy that I don't have to do with anybody else. I can watch movies by myself. I can play video games. I can read books.
Yep.
None of this stuff requires any help from anybody or any input from anybody. So I could have definitely seen with
So you
my
like a lot of
personality
solo
type-
play.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was the same way, but
Solo play.
I'm just glad that I did not.
That's why I have the camera.
I'm so glad I didn't get super involved with anything of those communities at all, because I think it could have been so much worse. Just being online and being active at a young age can get you into a lot of trouble
Yeah.
with the wrong people.
Mhm.
I mean,
Well, you
stuff
just don't-
everybody knows.
You just don't know any better is the thing. You're
exactly.
not. You don't have the concept of it. I think if the schizophrenic girl aside, the other one, I think that if she, she was dealing with other things, so she felt lonely and wanted to fit in. So this is like how psychologically she got mixed up in it.
It's like joining a clan. She wanted to join
She wanted to be a part
with
of
this
something.
man, this tall, lanky man.
Yeah. Right. Right.
She wanted to be with this.
like for me, the internet stuff, like it was like rotten.com and stuff. So like I was in there, but it was like
What is that?
rotten.com. Do you not know what rotten.com is?
Wait, Rotten?
Is that like
That was like what the edgy internet kids
Like
in,
gore?
and yeah.
that figured?
Yeah. And it would
Yep.
be like uncensored pictures
Yeah, like
of
kids.
like
snuff.
When I was
shit?
young,
it wouldn't be real, but like now it's like you can watch like cartel beheadings and shit like that.
Oh,
but
yeah.
do you remember Two Girls One Cup?
that's the type of shit that would have been on rotten.com.
Like,
Yeah.
imagine seeing that when you're 10 years old.
Yeah, I did. Rotten.com.
When you were 10?
I was little, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, do you not know how old
I thought-
The internet's been around for a long time.
the like Two Girls One Cup and shit like that?
I didn't know it'd
is?
been around that long. I mean, I saw it when I was younger than I should have been.
I think
But didn't
everybody saw
realize
it. Everybody saw
Yeah.
it when it's too
when
young.
they were too young, yeah.
But no, that was like, it would have been an easy jump. Can you imagine if I had like one more psychological problem? You know? If I, because everybody
'Cause
has
you
them.
have, like, 5
everybody has them.
right
You know,
here.
everybody
I've got
has
like
them.
5. I've got like.
But if I had like one more, and I like found a community that like
A slender community.
something like that,
Something-
I would have been lost, dude. I would have been right in it.
What I heard-
like there's scary shit, dude. There's like hate groups and like right now I get concerned about kids more, not your age, maybe a little younger, your age too, that get in like the manosphere shit. And I'm like, you're
what?
this is the manosphere? The manosphere? It's like Andrew
even
Tate
know.
shit.
Oh,
It's
the alpha.
The manosphere, yes.
People
Right.
think that is the only way a man.
Well, right. Well, because
be-
they're too dumb to know that it's like they're getting influenced by shit that's like.
Or
Incels.
it's either that or like men that just want to like. Well, I don't know. They just want to like become women,
What?
which sounds. I know that,
Hmm?
but
What
like
do you- I don't know what
Where
man.
we-
That's not the manosphere I'm talking about. I'm talking
Where are we
about
going?
There's either-
the cigar chomping like.
But men that don't fit in, or like boys that don't fit in, they hear the idea that like you get more attention as a female, and they'll.
I think we're going into a whole nother debate.
I know, but it's like the same idea as being influenced.
Yeah. Okay.
But the
right.
other
So being
direction.
able to.
If you don't fit in with the manosphere,
Okay. Right. Okay. I see what you're saying. No, but I'm saying that would have been had I discovered those kind of things and like not matured enough, I could have seen myself going down some kind of just because I was a lonely kid and I you know that's where a lot of these dudes fall off is because they don't have someone nudging them in the right direction. You know, I didn't have an older brother. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think I can totally see why. I don't know why the murder shit, but I can see why people get real into stuff.
something I heard.
People could obsess about anything. And I think what draws the line, and there's nothing wrong with like people make whole wikis of the Hellraiser universe or make whole things about slashers, or like they have so much information. They make fan art and a whole nother stories and stuff based off of some of these things.
It's cool stuff.
But yeah, I mean, you can say that about Slenderman too, but there's a difference of taking that to the extreme. Like there has been cases where people have said that Scream influenced them to cause a murder, or that like Slenderman, which is not even a movie, but like something like that. They've said D&D has caused people to be into the occult and murder
like
people.
Video games cause violence.
Like all sorts of things. And I think,
Yeah, that was the Columbine was a big one for that.
a lot of people, you're going to find these murderers have some sort of media that they have that is in common with regular people. Like the fact that you might have found, I don't know, that Jeffrey Dahmer was a fan of like Friday the 13th or something, like, you know.
Right.
That's not something
y'all had the same favorite movie.
Yeah, that's not something that's like, wow, that's I think
Catcher in the Rye is one of those.
Yes.
There's people that obsess about Catcher in the Rye.
Yes.
I've actually been meaning to reread that.
But I think there has to be this perfect combination of a psychological thing going on, and it's almost all the time.
Yeah.
Like those people that did Columbine, I would not doubt that they had some. We really didn't get the chance to dive into their psyche after that happened, but you would definitely find something's fucked up if they were alive to be questioning
Definitely.
them and diving into the psyche. And like a lot of these people nowadays, most of the time they get killed and shot when they're like doing shit like that. But these girls, like, to be able to talk to them, because they were arrested and charged, they're gonna be charged, like, for that attempted murder.
The end of it is that they ended up deciding to try them as adults.
Try them as adults, that's fucking crazy. Even though she's schizophrenic.
Well, I think they're gonna. I think the crime wise, she's gonna be tried as an adult, but I think the punishment will be that she's in a mental institution or something. I don't remember.
For her,
they,
probably.
they obviously
Makes sense.
they obviously acknowledge that she's schizophrenic and she was a minor when it happened.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, there's a lot of media and stuff that could influence people, but I think there's definitely
you can't.
a personal psychological thing.
Yeah, it's obviously that because you don't know.
You can't blame art. It's art.
Well,
it's all art.
What? Yeah, I mean, Jeremy and I always go back and forth on this because I've brought it up a million times. I mean, he's gonna have to deal with it with his kids. You know, it's like I was telling him, like, you know, your kid can watch, you know, Quentin Tarantino movies, or like, you know, people blame violent movies and whatever and video games, and you don't know what a crazy person is gonna latch onto. Someone that's gonna commit an act. It's
I'm gonna say it's My Little Pony. Like,
most people will. Well, like, okay, so the big thing is the Beatles' White Album. That's always the argument. That's what supposedly caused Charles Manson to like decide to do the shit he did.
Yeah.
what is it? Why?
Helter
the
Skelter.
Because it was supposed to be like he decoded a secret race war message in the White Album.
Oh my god.
No, that's not a joke. So what? So because
fun,
Charlie Manson did that, are we gonna just get rid of the Beatles' White Album because somebody did something stupid over it? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I think you have to have a responsibility of what the fuck your kids are looking at. Like, if Dad found out I was looking at Rotten.com, he'd be like, "Why the fuck are you looking at this?" You know, he didn't know I was doing it.
Would you think now that the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, or the Rolling Stones now, as someone at this like modern time,
I don't think you would even know. Do you know any of those bands?
Is like satanic or evil or anything like that?
Well, yeah, of course not. Of course not. Like,
those bands were connected to like some sort of act of violence, satanic, some hidden message, like the Rolling Stones, the Beatles, and Zeppelin. They said if you played back a song of Led Zeppelin, it was like an evil, cursed message.
Yeah, I've heard that stuff.
In hidden messages in both Rolling
hidden
Stones
messages
and in Beatles songs were supposed to be satanic, like, or occult, which is not. It's literally people just making stuff, and that's not something that's new. That's
it
happened
still
since the
happens every
'60s.
day.
That's happened since the '60s. People find
It's happened ever since there was media, any kind of media. It's like
you can always find a second message that you make up.
Well,
You can always find something.
I just okay. Well, the thing about Slenderman for me, I was not excited to talk about this at all. I more so wanted to give you something that you could be a little bit excited. And I see your energy is different in this one than some of the other episodes that we've done. So I came into this with like very low expectations that I was going to enjoy any of this.
very low.
So the documentary was fascinating. I'll say that.
I'll have to give it a watch.
But you should. It's cool.
Because the movie was fucking abysmal.
I might watch it.
I did not even watch it.
Yeah, I might
Ever.
watch it just to.
You'll
know.
quickly be on your phone. I would tell you that.
The games are fun, but
No, they're not.
I was watching the game.
you can only play it once in it's like 5 hours maybe. It's a short game. Though
Yeah, but it doesn't look. Maybe we have just it's subjective. I looked at it and I was like,
Playing it-
there's no way.
well,
that's
listen,
fun.
playing it when I was like 13, I had a great time, but I wouldn't go back and
right?
play
yeah.
it
If I had
like-
played this when I was like 10 years old, I'd be like, oh, this is fucking great.
Mm-hmm.
And something I wanted to say earlier, like I heard this post and it stuck with me. Like let's say you like to fuck toasters. Well, you find a community of people that like to fuck toasters, and you feel like you're right at home. It's a normal thing, when in reality,
Did you find this community?
no. But like,
Do you know
God, I'm not
what? Do you
eating
know where I
toast.
can find this community?
you ask somebody, and they're gonna be like, "What is wrong with you?" But you find other people that have had that idea.
But do you think it exists? Do you think I could find?
Go look.
Where is this said?
We'll leave that for later.
Website.
But
Where
it's
they-
just
where
like
they-
just the the idea you find.
Yeah,
in
Yeah.
you're picking something
Of-
absurd. Yeah.
Yeah,
people that do absurd things.
I get it. Yeah.
But it's in the past. All the creepypasta stuff, it's more nostalgia to me than anything, and I think it should stay there.
Does it still go
It's
on?
it's gonna evolve.
Creepypasta?
The
Is there still a lot
the
of
video game
new
ones?
stuff? No,
They-
I'm talking about not Slenderman, but like creepypasta.
Yeah, the video game ones. The video game ones, like there's a.
Or is that just because that's your interest that you're more aware of it?
That's what like the Sonic one. There's a Sonic DX one. There's Pokemon ones. They'll pop up every now and then because people like those
Pokemon
characters.
creepypasta.
Yeah, there's a one called Lavender Town. It's the song that plays when you're in that city in the game.
Oh, I've heard of this.
And if you hear it, it's supposed to make your ears bleed and you'll die like the next day. Because the town is built off of ghosts, like ghost stories. Or like Sonic, there's a cursed game, and you play
Like a
it,
cartridge?
and there's a demon of Sonic, like a demon in there that's taking over the game.
Yeah.
Just stuff like
That's
that.
so interesting.
And it's
that media that is not so far away for us that we've literally played is now getting so far away from the next generation. They're like, that's arcane.
Yeah.
That's
Can you imagine Grandpa playing Sonic?
you know, that cartridge, that tablet that he put in and had to blow in and put it, it's cursed. It's like the
Well,
stone tablet
this
of the Sega cartridge. It's just like, that's so crazy that,
Yeah.
that it's getting
To hear
so,
something
to
like
hear
that, that's
It's
so-
like,
Oh,
but
it's- I get
but
it,
isn't
yeah,
that
yeah.
the same as like when we were growing up, when we're already watching VHS and we're like, oh, a reel of a tape of a film that could have a curse.
The Ring.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and,
like
and
that,
like
yeah.
and that so we're already like
Yeah.
getting to the
Wow.
point. Yeah, when the Ring came out, we were already getting to the point of DVDs. I think. Well, in Japan was
Nah, sure.
I
it
think-
was becoming it was falling out of fashion.
it was already
going
going to fall out of fashion. But even then, it's like it's an older and more arcane.
At that time, it would have been. You could have just gone in the closet and been like, "Oh, pull out the VCR." Like it wasn't that old yet, but it was. Yeah, they were. I think I watched.
But
The
I'm talking
Ring-
about like reels of a film, like
film reels. Jesus
film
Christ,
that
no, I don't know.
was that just creepy. Like if you watch a movie where
you have to set up a projector.
oh yeah,
Yeah, that's crazy.
yeah. But I think that's so crazy that it's getting to the point where now like cartridges of
it's
video
more,
games.
It's more
and then,
so like the fact that culture is changing. Like okay, so what we watched in The Village, where they had the kids that were going. They were. I mean, they're 13, 12, whatever. I think the idea is in that movie when they go out there and they're like put your back to the woods.
Oh yeah.
And like that was like scary shit for them to do back then. And then it not that, I mean, that took place in modern times.
Oh yeah, now kids that don't go outside, what are they gonna be scared of?
Right. Yeah. So like they have to like we're gonna be seeing these like COVID babies. Like they're gonna have their new thing, and it's gonna be like AI. It's gonna be like some other thing that doesn't make sense to you, or you're gonna be going, "What?" Like the way that was one of the most interesting parts of it was watching the interrogations in this, and like knowing that the guy doing the interrogation doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. It has to he keeps asking her like, "Well, so what people talk about what on this thing?" And he asks her questions because I understood the concept, but like. I'm closer to it than he is. Mm-hmm. So watching him be like, I don't know what the fuck. My daughter probably knows what this shit is. That's crazy. Yeah. To be that like removed from it. And then it's, what's that thing going to be for you? Yeah, wow. What's that thing going to be for like a 10-year-old right now?
Like an Xbox 360, like the discs, like CDs.
Well, no, I'm not talking about media specifically. I'm talking about like the style of like what scares you. That's what it is. It's like you mentioned, it's campfire tales. It's Are You Afraid of the Dark? Remember that? Do you know what that is? Are You Afraid of the Dark?
The show or something?
Yeah, it was like it was an anthology horror show where kids in the neighborhood sat around a campfire and they took turns telling the scariest story. And they were called the Midnight Society or something. And that felt quaint when I saw it. It felt like something that was like, this is like what my dad thinks is cool. But that type of thing existed, where the edgy kids hang out and they tell scary stories.
Yeah.
And then
this is what that was for me.
It's evolving. Then it was slashers, and then it was and then it's getting edgier and edgier. Now we got kids. The real horror is shit like school shootings and like, that's the real horror. This stuff that's like fake isn't that funny, or is more funny now than the real thing.
It's much more scary when it becomes this reality. When like you find two 12, 13-year-old girls try to like brutally murder a friend.
A friend.
Yeah, someone they befriended.
Okay, so Peyton said this. They just wanted to go on a walk, and I didn't think much of it. It's just a walk. It's in Waukesha. What bad stuff happens in Waukesha, Wisconsin? Anissa told me to lie on the ground and cover myself in sticks and leaves and stuff to hide in a sense. But it was really just a trick to get me down there. I got up, grabbed a couple of trees for support, I think, and then just walked until I hit a patch of grass where I could lay down. I couldn't focus much because my body was working so hard to keep itself alive. It was probably like, vision isn't a priority right now. That's what she said about the attack. So... yeah, she never... I mean, that's like the sad thing, too, is like she thought these were her friends.
Yeah.
That's what the cyclist said. The cyclist was like, she said, we asked, like, who did this? Like, who did this to you? Who attacked you? And she goes, my best friend. And I was like, fuck, dude. Imagine that. Imagine you have no idea that your friends are planning to kill you.
Also, do you think that
she didn't suspect?
She sounds like a survivor, but also, do you think she'll ever have a best friend again?
Oh no, she's gonna be fucked up by this forever. She's never gonna be okay.
Not to laugh, but yeah, it's not.
No, she's never gonna be okay.
Okay, yeah, that's fucked up. Like,
yeah,
that's the scary thing.
Everyone gets influenced nowadays by anything.
Yeah, and that's kind of what terrified me the most about the concept of this is, Slenderman, it started off as just being this like tongue-in-cheek, we're just writing stories to like scare each other, and we're just kind of playing around with this mythos, this thing that isn't real. And then it went off the rails for somebody. And it could not have just been her, those two friends. They acted on an impulse. But there's people that like were obsessed with Slenderman as well. Just statistically, there would have been somebody else out there that would have done this if they had the balls to.
Definitely. Especially when you're like 13.
Do you think this attack made for some fanatics the idea of Slenderman more reality, or do you think it was a wake-up call for people that this is reality, and
I think that if you're
that they weren't taken by Slenderman, they weren't
right,
like driven.
oh, this isn't fun anymore.
This is
probably
reality.
But that also just comes with growing up.
Yeah,
I think I was upset when I heard that. I was like,
You should hope so.
no.
you're like, you ruined my Slenderman.
Yes.
You ruined.
Like,
yes,
come
oh
on.
my god.
This was now when people are gonna look at these fun horror stories as something.
Yeah, you can't say I like Slenderman because
Like
you're
when
like,
people-
oh, the thing that led to those crows.
Yeah, people are gonna hate on
Slender
they hate on
lovers?
video games for causing violence
Yeah,
because it's fun to kill stuff sometimes
yeah. I mean,
in a game.
sometimes.
But yeah, Slenderman was and still is to a degree the icon of that 2010s creepy horror
Pasta. Yeah.
creepypasta horror genre.
Mm-hmm.
At least for people like internet people
Internet people. Yeah.
people on the internet.
Yeah, I was trying to say earlier that I like. It's not for me. I think it's stupid. I kind of hate it.
It's all stupid. Look to me, and I think a lot of people looking back on it, it's all poorly written. Just
God, talk
But
about
I-
that poorly
but-
written
but-
fucking movie. She becomes a tree at the end. I'm gonna ruin it for you. She becomes a fucking tree at the end. Slenderman just makes her into a tree, and her face
that wasn't even like I didn't even.
becomes bark. And I laughed.
Her face becomes
What?
bark.
I laughed when her face
That
started
doesn't make
becoming
any
bark.
sense, even to me.
In the movie, they're like had nothing to do with pages, had nothing to do with anything.
Nothing to do with pages.
They were just girls who were summoning Slenderman because it was like kind of like a creepypasta bullshit. You would click a link, and then you would watch a video, and then Slenderman would enter into your lives. And,
my God.
And once you invited Slenderman, and then you had to go sacrifice your teddy bear or your shoe or something, and unveil yourself to Slenderman, and then he would go and get you. And I'm like, why would they do that? They were like, oh, because they wanted to see him because they were interested. And I'm like, I couldn't even fucking pay attention half the time to that goddamn movie. And then, let me finish. Then they all, one by one, get either driven mad or get taken by Slenderman. And at the end, you finally realize what happens when you get taken by Slenderman. You become a fucking tree. You just
He makes you part of the woods.
Yes, you become part of his
Okay,
tree.
Okay.
But is there plant? Is there plant like imagery in any of his shit?
There's just trees.
Well,
You're just in a forest.
I was gonna try and go through the game a little bit when you're done.
That's the
It's
shit.
pretty
That's
much
just
it.
This is the worst movie I've ever
Yeah,
seen.
Yeah,
it sounds
I
like
don't
that's
even
all
wanna
it
watch
was.
it.
Yeah.
That's all.
In the game,
Damn.
you get your car crashes, and this is the biggest one.
The
In
Slender lore.
In the original game,
The Slore. The
you're
Sle-
just there in the
Slendor?
woods, dark. And
Slendor?
Slendor.
Slendlore.
Slendor man.
Okay.
And you're just collecting pages, and then when you win, that's the first. That's the.
Did the
game
pages say
concept.
anything? What did the pages say?
Yeah, it's like some kid with like schizophrenia would have drawn. They're seeing this lanky man, and there's trees.
Okay.
Like I don't remember exactly what they said. But being scared of this big guy with tentacles.
Okay.
And in the Slender the Arrival, that's what it's called. Your car crashes. You find this house, and one of the rooms has a bunch of pages of those of this kid that's gone insane. And then you see Slenderman, and then you're kind of going on this journey. But you meet a proxy. There's a proxy that chases after you. You have to turn generators on, and then Slenderman shows up. And then by the end, you find this is what I remember at least. You find the person that wrote the pages, and they're all burned up and they're dead. And then I think you get killed by Slenderman or something like that.
That's just the end of
So-
each game. Just every game you
You know,
just die.
I had a problem with this
Well, with that,
with the village.
Okay.
I hate bringing up the village over and over. Why the fuck did we rewatch that?
God, he actually really liked that movie.
No,
He
do you
really
remember
liked
when I
the
was
village.
I
like,
liked it.
I remember when I was like, what's the myth? Like, why is red significant to them? What's the point? This feels like that. What is he doing with the kids? Besides turning them into trees in that shitty movie. Like, what's the...
Here's the thing. They didn't think that far. At least in my opinion.
But, right, so they have people writing all this shit and, like, making Photoshop videos or pictures or whatever.
It takes you away.
So he comes... All he is a kidnapper. He's just a weird-looking kidnapper.
And
That's it?
And then
Stephen Miller.
And turned into...
Ice.
It turns you...
Oh, no.
It turns you into one of his.
Right, but, like, what is he?
What is he doing? Why is he doing it?
Yeah, is he an alien? Is he...
That I never heard the answer to that.
Is he an escaped psychopath from...
I don't think he's human. I think
Okay,
he's more of
right.
like...
So is he a spirit? Is he a Wendigo? Is he a Native American legend that you see what you want to see? Kind of like there's I don't
Here's the thing.
I don't get what the
it's
thing
the most
is.
modern myth. It needs no explanation. It's just an internet.
That's not
legend.
enough for me.
Yeah, but that's the new. It's just like it's just Slenderman. Creepy
Well,
monster.
you'd be scared because
Because it's the internet.
that's exactly how you would have answered me. I'd be like, well, what? Because of Slenderman. Like, what do you?
It doesn't need an explanation. Yes, it kind of does.
It kind of does.
Hearing about it, it looks human. You first thing that when you look up Slender is you see it.
Yeah.
It doesn't tell you what it is. I think that's the mystery behind it. Like you don't get to know what it is. It's this tall, lanky thing that looks human.
Why did he get a suit?
And I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's what gets
That's
me
the
the
thing.
worst.
It needs to.
He could have been.
It could just be
It would have been
Because
creepy
I think
if he didn't wear a suit. If he
he's
didn't wear a
just-
suit, I'd be like, bro, this guy's fucking.
I
like,
think it's part of the
creepy
looking
shit.
human. Like
So if it was like you know what the Men in Black are?
yeah, I love those movies.
Okay, I'm not talking about.
But I know what they are.
You know what that's from though.
I don't know
The idea of the Men in Black.
I just know that it's like this is like government. They're here to
I'm talking about
keep things secret. That's what I think of.
Right. So there isn't necessarily a real one of these.
Right.
But they say that when a visitation from aliens happens or some kind of government secret gets out and
Right.
a normal civilian figures out about it, they send the Men in Black to be like, hey, you didn't see anything, right? To like intimidate people and to not go into the press or whatever. That's who the Men in Black are.
Yeah.
Right? They made a goofy ass movie with Will Smith, but the concept is they send agents out to like keep from talking. So if there was like
God, we should do Men in Black. Joseph would love doing Men in Black.
no, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I can't wait
No,
to hear
I
Men
wouldn't.
Joseph.
I do not want to watch Men in Black, but if you guys want to, I will.
You want-
Yeah, so if there was like some aspect
Chris seems
of
so excited
the
about Men in
Slender
Black.
Man,
I'd rewatch him.
if there was some aspect of Slenderman that had that like, oh, okay, that's cool. He like turns up when there's like apparently an alien thing happening, and
Is there a Will Smith movie you would do?
No, unless it's Shyamalan, After Earth. I'll watch that one.
Oh, he does.
He does do a Shyamalan.
Okay, he
Anyways,
does do
I
one.
didn't know
I
that.
guess we'll have to.
After Earth with Will Smith and his kid,
Yeah.
I had no idea.
and
Who,
he
Jaden?
has a speech impediment. He talks like he's got too fat a tongue.
I don't know if I want to watch this anymore.
No, it's terrible. I haven't seen it, and I know it's terrible.
Oh.
Anyway, but that's the thing.
Should do Wild Wild
I
West.
just don't get. I just don't get the whole concept of inventing this shit and then like. I don't know. It just being okay that it doesn't have any depth.
I mean, the less
There's
you know,
no
the
depth.
scarier. The unknown is scary. That's as a kid when you just see it, it's like that's just scary as shit. And that's it.
Like, okay, do you ever see the first Alien movie?
Mm-hmm. I've seen them, except 3.
The first Alien movie you saw? Okay, so they go in this ship when they find the egg, right? They walk by a mummified or like fossilized pilot of that ship. It's an alien. It's some kind of alien, like a human, a big one, and it's got an open, like you could see that
Yeah, a little hole in its
an alien
chest.
came out of it. So they are on an asteroid that has a spaceship on it, and it has
Yeah,
nothing
yeah.
to do with the aliens that the chest bursting alien. So there's a whole other civilization that makes spaceships that are out there.
That
And
they don't know
we
about.
don't get any answers about that. That's scary. Being like, what the fuck? There's other life out here and we don't know what it is, that's a scary unknown. It's through the context of other things.
Wow, that
You didn't consider that, right?
That didn't even, but that's not scary to me.
They let her explain it in those other ones, but I don't.
Alien wasn't even
Prometheus
scary
and
to
all
me.
those, it was just like,
No, well, that's dumb. You don't explain it.
yeah.
You go, it's
hate-
better that
honestly-
we don't know.
Honestly, I think that's one of the biggest mistakes Ridley Scott has made in his past few movies is trying to explain his alien
I don't think he's
franchise.
trying to do lore. I think they paid him to make another movie.
to
And he's
make
like, okay,
lore,
I'll
to
make
make
another.
lore. They're like,
Yeah, and they're like, well, we need another alien movie. It sells.
he should have just made aliens. He did like 2 whole movies where
I
you
think
see
he-
one alien in fucking
Why did he
15
do so
minutes
many
of the
then?
whole.
Why?
Huh?
It's just like so much added lore. I feel like he was going for.
No,
Something.
it's studios.
Well,
he
he
wasn't making
directed
it to
the
make art. He was
first one
making it
and the-
because they were like, hey, we need another. We'll give you another paycheck.
You like the
another
second
movie.
Alien? You like Aliens?
That one's okay, yeah.
That was done by same guy that did Terminator.
James
That
Cameron.
makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Very actiony.
Yes.
Anyway, we're getting off topic here.
Anyway, yes.
The
I
point
think
is, Slender Man for me. What I was trying to say before. This is Jesus Christ. The same. We keep derailing. I don't like Slender Man. That's fine. It doesn't
Neither did I.
matter. You guys can love it. I don't care if people like it. I'm not going to judge them if they grew up loving Slender Man. Whatever.
Better
I
not.
actually, what I do appreciate about this is that the concept of the urban legend is changing.
yeah.
I like that. I think
Yeah.
that we respect the old ways. Like if we went camping and we were like, hey, we don't have any fucking service out here, and we're like, all right, well, let's just tell scary stories and shit. We would get some enjoyment out of that, and that's the most basic, like, urban legend is campfire stories. It's like, you know. So the fact that this is becoming something I don't understand, I like that. I like that it's morphing and it's changing and it's becoming this like this thing that even you're gonna eventually not understand, where the kids are talking about some scary thing and you're like, what?
I think it's definitely getting away from this. We're definitely getting away from religion. Like a lot of these myth things is getting away from any form of religion. It's getting more towards technology. It's getting away from like old beliefs of old like spirits and stuff like that. Like you're saying,
Like
it doesn't need explanation. It's just
Yeah.
a manifestation of
Right.
some sort of something scary.
Yeah, it is
It's
usually like a
because I think that's what Slenderman is. It's some sort of digital or like because it originated in some sort of digital media, some sort of digital manifestation of that.
Yeah, it was
That's
a
a lot of- that
Photoshop
is-
contest.
Yeah.
A lot of
That's
horror.
literally where it came from.
That is a lot
And-
of horror on the internet. That's
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
so
a
I
lot
think
of it.
it's definitely getting away from because how do you like, oh yes, this demon and you know all this shit, and people are like, what? They've seen too many fucking movies of The Conjuring and The Exorcist is like fucking 50 years old now. You know, these things are played out, and especially when we're getting into a much more cynical, less religious society.
wow.
And we're
Didn't even
getting
consider
our
that.
fears are no longer the fears of our parents, of like a ghost or
There's a lot less religion.
This
than
is
you think
Slender
about.
Man is a
Secular.
Gen Z boogeyman.
yes, it is
It's
definitely.
just because boogeyman isn't anything.
It's not. Yeah, Boogeyman is also nothing.
The boogeyman is just
Doesn't come from
go to bed or the boogeyman's gonna get you.
Yeah, it's not like he's a demon. He's a monster. He's
Right.
just a monster.
He's just a monster.
Yeah. It came out of your parents' fucking like get the fuck to bed.
Go the fuck to bed.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's the same idea. It doesn't have a reason really.
Yeah.
It just exists.
Yeah, but nobody goes. You know, maybe a little kid would be afraid of the boogeyman, but a 13-year-old kid's not.
Yeah, and then they need.
No one's going, oh, I got to get rid of the boogeyman.
Yeah.
You know.
A little kid's scared of the Slender Man.
Let me ask you this. 'cause
Definitely.
This is like something we can shut the pod down here in a minute.
Yeah.
This is something that like we did when we were kids. We had a house at the edge of this. We lived in a cul-de-sac, and one of the houses on the corner was like never had anybody living there. Like when we first moved there, somebody lived there, and then they moved out, and then it never.
Mm-hmm.
And we had this. We as the neighborhood kids came up with this story about what happened there. And we would say, like, oh, they left because it was haunted or whatever. So there was always this, like... And that is an old idea. They've had that forever. I think But did you have anything like that? Because I feel like that's not... Kids don't do shit like that anymore. It seems like...
Well, I don't know. I used to go out late at night with my cousin in, like... He had a house, and there was, like, extended property. It was my grandma's house.
Right.
But, like, the fucking yard was a huge, like... dirt road, like everything, and it was just like black as shit, like nothing developed out there, and then like trees all around, and like you said, there was like not a house, but like a kind of like a shack a little bit a ways too.
Great, that would have been so great.
Oh my god, my cousins were like always coming up with shit, and we would dig into it. We would, knowing that it's like,
yeah, we're just making the shit.
Yeah, and then you would buy into it, and you're adding into it, and you buy.
Oh, let's go to the shack.
You buy into your own soup. You're eating your own recipe.
Yeah.
You're making the own recipe of your fear, and like, but what would really scare us? And then they're like, okay, well, let's play this out. Let's go out in the dark, in the fucking like can't see anything. There was no.
You got one shitty flashlight.
Yeah, there was no cell phones.
There
was no cell phones that had flashlights. Everyone had a flashlight. No, we were all like one fucking flashlight. One cousin was up ahead, and there was like 10 of us behind him.
Yeah,
and it's like if he would try to fuck with us and turn off the light and be like,
no,
oh shit, and drop it on purpose, like
right.
We would just be like, oh fuck.
Yeah,
we all knew it was like what we're making, but I think like a lot of people.
I have not done that.
No, well, it's changing.
It sucks, man.
It's changing.
I think like, when you make me think of is there's a big concept that I keep seeing in like horror games is like going into a game, like an online game, like one where you would be fighting other people or something like Call of Duty or something by yourself, and then like the idea of some, like you're playing offline, but then some character walks up to you or something, like a ghost character, someone that. That's
a creepy concept.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't asking about like games. I was like, I'm talking about like something in real life, like going out.
That's what it usually was.
But he hasn't experienced that. He's
I know, but
and I think he's gonna have a different experience.
I'm talking to a friend and be like, yeah, oh, did you know that if you do this in the game, like this creepy shit will happen? Like, oh, your game's gonna, you're gonna have a demon in your game. Like that, it would be with the same concept, but with a video game.
Yeah. I think the whole forums and everything of everyone adding to their own story is kind of the same thing of like what you were
that concept is just a digital version of the same thing.
It's a digital version because now we're so accepting to like
I don't know. I think something about our I like, again, I said that I like that it's evolving, and I do kind of want to see what happens with that, but I also think like parents should make an effort to like tell scary stories to their kids and like take them camping, take them somewhere dark, and like because I think it's part of don't say anything weird like that. Scare the shit out of their kid. I mean, like Dad wanted us to get freaked out. Like he thought it was funny.
Yeah, I was gonna say make a killer.
No,
what I will say
don't say anything weird.
No, I thought you were gonna say something like way weirder than that.
I think it was the idea of being at home and something's here to kill you. Something's gonna kill you at night. Like there was one that would steal your kidneys in your sleep.
Yeah, that's an urban legend from way back in the day.
Or like, oh, your video game you're playing at night by yourself. Well, the video game's gonna like fucking kill you itself.
But so let me ask you this. This is, again, I keep coming to this, like, it's fine. This is just your interests. This is what you are excited about.
Do you like those VHS movies?
You love video games so much, right? But I'm like, I don't know that this is every, like, the experience of every 22-year-old.
I
feel like there's 22-year-old people out there that don't fuck with games that much.
Yeah, I think this is experience of someone online. Yeah. Chronically online, my age.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. Because I was like, well, what are those? What is a 22-year-old who's not chronically online? Like, what kind of shit are they getting? What's their horror thing?
I don't know. Find one.
They're in the.
You probably won't find one.
They're living urban. They're not. I think that's a.
I think if
rural. I mean.
I think.
Yeah.
People my age, if they aren't into video games, they're into, like, I hear there's a lot of people my age into politics.
Yeah, see, that's scarier than...
Yes, influence. Politics or...
Slenderman, like, goes to the podium to, like...
Yeah, Stephen Miller.
Where it's, like, the Aryan nation. He's like, I'm so white, I don't even have a face.
Fucking anal polyp that... Fucking...
This is not a political podcast.
No.
I mean, I know everyone has different hobbies.
Look, everyone's going to be using the computer.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. But I know there's like... Because, okay, for me, I thought that... And I still enjoy them. But I still feel a little bit like I don't want to tell people that sometimes I play video games. There's still this, like, shame associated with it that... It's just so deep in me that I can't help. Mm-hmm. I can't help but feel that way.
I think if you talk to anyone my age, they'll be like, "That's awesome," because we like that. Like I see sometimes I'll see online. There's this old guy, and he's like a sniper in Battlefield, and he's like because he was like a veteran, and he just loves playing shooter games. Mm-hmm. So seeing him playing video games is just so fascinating to me. Seeing like. People that aren't supposed to be playing games, they're playing games, and I like it. I think it's cool because it's like something that people used to hate. Like people are telling you to get off the game all the time.
Yeah,
and you're like, wow, there's people that age that are. I don't feel so bad anymore.
Yeah. Now you catch Grandpa in the game, and you're like, "Get off the game, Grandpa!
Yeah, you're not nice to that man.
Go outside and do something. My hip hurts. I don't give a damn."
Like, you know what I wish? I wish Dad or my mom or Dad would have played games with me.
Yeah,
at least a little bit.
I used to play golf. Tiger Woods was my dad. The video game. That was the only video game my dad would play with us.
Wow.
Dad played Mortal Kombat with me once. That's all I remember. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed my episode today. I don't know when this is gonna happen again, but don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment. And tell me what you're scared of, guys. Tell me what you're scared of in the comments below. Do you like Slenderman, or do you think he was stupid as fuck?
Please tell me how bad the movie was in the comments.
If you actually watched, I don't know anybody else who's watched
the movie.
I can't believe you saw it.
Not the documentary, which I actually heard was quite well done. That fucking 0 out of 5 movie.
No, watch
because
the
we've gone to a point where you said we can't do points, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to round up for this fucking film. I'm rounding down. This is 0. This movie is so bad.
It should get a 0.5.
It's got like a 3% online.
Does it really?
Yeah, it's so fucking bad.
Nobody liked it. The people my age didn't like it.
No.
They made it too late.
They made it too late.
Very late.
They did not make it right. They just didn't make it right.
Very cash out.
Well, here's the thing.
Didn't keep to the, like...
the audience. There's no... Guys, you're missing the point. There's no fucking lore.
Yeah, there isn't. Yeah, they made a lore.
I don't know why
how do you make a movie out of something that doesn't really have rules? There's not like how are you supposed to escape the Slenderman? You're just supposed to run away from him. That's fucking stupid. That doesn't work in a narrative.
Collect the fucking pages, Joseph.
It doesn't.
8 pages. So and you're done.
So okay, if you're gonna do that, you go. What's the goal of the game? To collect the 8 pages. What do the 8 pages do? I don't know.
They're just pages.
No. What you do is you collect the 8 pages because when you have all of them together, you say the poem, and then Slenderman goes to his own dimension. You just make up a thing.
They should have done it like Blair Witch. They should have done it like
Blair Witch didn't have good mythology.
Well, just think about it this way: it's made by.
They should have filmed it like it.
It's
at least.
made by.
And that would
found footage
on YouTube,
footage, and it would have been
on YouTube.
more entertaining.
Millions
that
of
way.
views.
No, but this is
Marble Hornets.
Exactly.
This movie also made a lot of money to its $10 million.
It made a lot of
input.
money.
Yes, it was considered a success because it made nearly $50 million on a $10 million budget, and to them that was a success. And it was a god awful. They paid. I don't know what they paid those actors. Probably nothing because it was fucking terrible.
I'm surprised.
Yeah. Anyways, goodbye. I hated that movie so bad.
Okay, we're done here, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We should be bringing
Why?
you something new. Actually, I did like you taking control in this, Chris. I would like to see it again.
Okay.
I would like to hopefully
Give me another game. Give me another something.
Wait till after October. Let's finish some horror movies.
We gotta do some horror
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, let's get back to some horror.
Yeah,
we'll
I think
talk-
that's
we'll talk
more.
about it.
We'll stay
talk
away
about
from
I think
the
that's more-
solely game. And
Here's what we can
media,
Here's what we can do.
content.
You want to do a game, then read a book, and then we'll do a game.
Okay.
Just read a book and I'll play the game.
Yeah, that'll be a nice.
Hey, the amount
if
of
you
time,
want to take the lead
the
and
amount
do
of
another
time it
video
would take
game
you
one,
to do a short game and to read a book would probably be the same amount of
It's
time.
the same.
If not,
if you just
Agreed.
focus.
Yeah.
But the last time I finished a game was a while ago. So
you're like, and I'm not.
I
Gonna
don't
read
even
a
know.
book
I don't
either.
even know when I'm gonna do anything.
Okay, a session of Call of Duty or whatever the hell you play.
A session of Call of Duty.
Yeah, you sitting there
10
for
minutes?
You sitting
30
there
minutes?
Should we do?
For, okay, but when you sit there, you
should we
sit
do
there
a
for
Silent
like
Hill
4 hours,
or
right?
Resident Evil?
Well, that's not.
Should we do a
just-
Silent Hill or Resident Evil?
Yeah. I played Silent Hill. I played the shit out of it. Silent Hill 2 is my favorite game, like
Okay.
almost of all time.
We would
But
do
but
one of those.
but a movie compared to the game, would we just
like
do
a
the
book.
game?
You're saying a book.
Well, they did do 2 Silent Hill movies, but they were not. I mean, they're not.
Oh, are you asking me to? Oh, should we do a? Oh, we should do that. We should. do
They're
a
actually
game,
about to
video
release.
game
They're
review.
about to release a new Silent Hill
yeah,
film.
yeah.
Actually,
About to?
yeah, it's about to come out. The original director of
Let's
the
let's shut it down. We can talk
Yeah,
about this.
yeah,
later.
yeah.
Bye, guys.
Yeah.
Bye.